Sit back and throw one back with your pinky in the air and a middle finger to the world, and join me, the eclectic gentleman Stephen Watts, as we look back on this day in pro wrestling history. But before we do, put that drink down, like, share, and subscribe, and without further ado, let's get our wrestling history on. Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, children of all ages, it is July 22nd, and we're going to start off as we always do on a positive note. That's right, these are your pro wrestling birthdays. 1923, the Fabulous Moolah. 1947, Bob Roop. 1958, one of them Von Erichs, David Von Erich. 1965, the Showstopper, Shawn Michaels. 1987, Fandango. Alright, we're going to keep that positivity train a-rolling. That's right, these are your pro wrestling history highlights for July 22nd. Jumping in the Wayback Machine and going to 1943, where we see Earl McCready win his third Toronto British Empire heavyweight title in Toronto, Ontario, by ending Whipper Billy Watson's fourth reign. 1947, Herb Welch defeats Tex Riley for the Tennessee World Junior Heavyweight title in Nashville, Tennessee. Moving to the 60s, 1960, Danny Hodge wins his first of 8 NWA World Junior Heavyweight titles, ending Angelo Savaldi's fourth reign in Oklahoma City, Oklahoma. Sticking in 1960, Don Leo Jonathan defeats Tiburon Blanco for the NWA Texas Heavyweight title in Houston, Texas. And one more stop in 1960, Dick Steinborn defeats the Mighty Yankee to win the vacant Georgia NWA Southern Heavyweight title in Atlanta, Georgia. 1964, the Destroyer defeats Dick the Bruiser to win the WWA World Heavyweight title in Los Angeles, California. Moving to 1967, Johnny Costas defeats Moondog Mayne to win the NWA Pacific Northwest Heavyweight title. Grabbing my bell bottoms and going to the 70s. 1972, Tommy Gilbert and Sputnik Monroe defeat Don and Ron Wright to win the NWA Tennessee Tag Team titles in Chattanooga, Tennessee. 1977, Keith Franks, aka Adrian Adonis, and Roddy Piper defeat Mondo Guerrero and Tom Jones for the NWA America's Tag Team titles. Sticking in 1977, Mr. Wrestling 2 ends Dick Slater's third NWA Georgia Heavyweight title reign in Atlanta, Georgia. Moving to 1978, the Valiant Brothers Jimmy and Johnny defeat Dominic DeNucci and Wilbur Snyder for the WWA World Tag Team titles in Indianapolis, Indiana. Our final stop in the 70s, 1978, Dutch Mantell defeats Whipper Billy Watson Jr. for the NWA Mid-American Heavyweight title in Chattanooga, Tennessee. Grabbing my boombox and going to the 80s, 1981, Bob Roop defeats the Super Destroyer for the Mid-South Louisiana Heavyweight title in Shreveport, Louisiana. At the same event, Butch Reed wins the Mid-South television title from Dutch Mantell. 1986, the Masked Superstar defeats Lex Luger for the Florida NWA Southern Heavyweight title in Florida. Grabbing my flannel and going to the decade of grunge, 1994. After 16 hours of deliberation, a jury finds WWF owner Vince McMahon not guilty of conspiracy to distribute steroids to wrestlers. Moving ahead to 1997, Fritz von Erich suffers a mild stroke. Upon further examination, doctors discover that he has lung cancer, which was spreading to his brain and adrenal glands. And last but not least, 1998, the Haas brothers, Charlie and Russ, defeat the Nation of Immigration, Homicide and Kane D, and the Skinhead Express, Flash Wheeler and Lord Zeg, in a three-way to win the JAPW Tag Team titles in North Brigham, New Jersey. Those were your short but sweet pro wrestling history highlights for July 22nd. I'm the eclectic gentleman Stephen Watts, and we'll see you tomorrow.